Thank you. Welcome to Grow My Business webinar. It's a weekly webinar series that we do at Flutterwave to grow our small, medium business community. But obviously, the information that we share can also be applied to companies that are much larger as well. So today is a very special one. Today is actually our 10th Grow My Business webinar. And today we have a guest speaker that is very special as well. She is Damisi Busari. She leads our customer experience team. And she's going to be talking us through everything that you need to know to maximize my sales on your Flutterwave store account. So basically, if you have thought, oh, how do I send my links to my customers? How do I make money? How do I ensure that people can see my Flutterwave store? How does it all work? We will be tackling that in a lot of detail today. Also, I have Zainab. Zainab is going to be speaking to us, obviously, on the other things that Flutterwave has available for small, medium businesses to be able to take advantage of. We're going to go into a little bit more detail later, but Dami, hi, are you here?
Hi everyone, good morning. I will be turning on my camera once I can make that happen. Good morning everybody.
Yeah, so just let me share some house rules. We're going to be having a Q&A session. If you've joined us before, you know this. We do a Q&A session after Zainab's session. But if you have questions and you don't want to forget, please type it into the Q&A section in the webinar function. So just type your question. We will address as many questions as possible. We'll try not to go too much over time, but we tend to do that. But we'll try our best to keep the time today. So yeah, I'm going to pass you guys on to Dami now, and I will be back for the Q&A session.
Hi everybody, good morning. How are we doing today? I don't know, Wendy, would people be able to speak or is everyone on mute?
No, so because we're using a webinar function, people can't speak, but they can definitely use
people
the
can't
function. Yeah.
Okay.
Chat function.
So
yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to see the chat because I want this to be super interactive, right? My name is Dami. I lead the customer experience team here at Flutterwave. Today, the things that we're going to be talking about primarily are about Flutterwave Store, how it works, the things that you need to do to set it up properly. And then we're going to go into how you can actually ramp up your views, right? So I'm going to start with a bit of introduction about myself. My name is well, my name is Damisi, but a lot of people call me Dami. Generally, companies would, I've generally been hired for companies to be able to put the user front and center in everything that they do. My only public facing profile today to learn anything about me is my LinkedIn profile. So I'm very interested to know a bit about the people on the call today. So if you feel very comfortable with talking about yourself, what you do, just how do you sell today? Where do your customers come from? That kind of stuff. It'll be interesting. Let me see if I can pull up the chat because I don't want to miss out on this. Or maybe Wendy, you can help me read this out because I can't seem to figure it out.
Okay, sure. Yeah. No.
I think there is Simi on this call right now. Oh, there it is.
Someone said increase your volume, Dami.
Increase my volume. Oh, okay. Is this better?
Yeah, I think it's better. Okay. I think you have to repeat your question because no one has responded so far.
Okay, so my question today is anyone feeling a bit more comfortable about telling us a bit about themselves, what you do, what do you sell, where do you sell today? Are you selling through WhatsApp stories? Are you selling through your website, through Instagram? I'm curious to find out how people are sharing today.
So we actually have two people raising their hands. And then we have Latifa. Okay, hi Latifa. She sells from home, her Instagram and her WhatsApp, and she's into Avon perfumes. There's someone called Tokumbo as well. Hello, Tokumbo. Tokumbo is an architect, but also sells handmade crochet bags.
Fantastic. That's great.
Some
So Tokumbo, how do you sell today?
there's also someone called Kiki. She sells her extensions on Instagram and Facebook and also sells offline. Would you like us, Tokumbo, would you like to raise your hand? I will enable you to speak.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
My name is Tokumbo Mudiari. Uh, I'm an architect by profession, but I also sell handmade crochet bags. Um, Basically, for now, I sell through referrals from home, also people that I know, but just started just trying to pick up things on Instagram, start selling online via Instagram. So haven't made any sales yet on Instagram. And then I found out about Flutterwaves from Nigeria brand Chick. So, and then I
Awesome.
registered for this.
Fantastic. I hope that you'll be able to learn a bit more about how to definitely get more eyes on your store and guarantee more sales by the end of this session.
I hope
Um,
so.
I d- Fantastic. I don't know if there's anybody else, and then I'm just going to kind of move on. Is there anybody else that wants to talk a bit about how they sell today?
We have a few comments, so I'm going to read the comments. Simi is a personal shopper. She sells. Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed you're a woman. Sorry. He or she sells on Instagram, WhatsApp, and mostly through referrals online. Dele Breakfast in the City, Abuja. They are an online breakfast restaurant. We have a co-founder of a food startup, Rome Refresh, a natural fruit juice company. They sell via Instagram, via WhatsApp groups, email marketing, and Facebook.
Fantastic.
Then there is someone called Michael. Michael offers free digital legal notes, but wants to convert to paid. And then there's Tamara, has an activewear clothing line, mainly Instagram, offline. They do have an active website, but mainly used by international clients. So we have quite a few people. There is
Yeah.
Nompi. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name, Nompi, from South Africa. But Nompi, you haven't told us how you sell. Um, Victor from Kampala works with SMEs to integrate tech in their operations. He has helped a client to use Flutterwave Store to sell masks and clothes. She has been using physical store, WhatsApp, and Facebook. Another client set up a bookstore on Flutterwave. So yeah, we have
Thank
quite a
you.
few people. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wendy. So the purpose of this was to kind of help everybody else understand the different types of businesses that can use not only store, but today the different ways that we're selling, right? But one thing is key, is that there is value in owning a storefront. And that is primarily because you're digitizing your processes and it allows you scale so much easier, right? For the purpose of those that are not necessarily very familiar about what Flutterwave Store is a storefront, is a digital storefront. And that is a keyword because think about your digital storefront as having a shop, right? Everything that you would do in terms of listing out inventory, managing inventory, getting insights and reports about transactions that are going, your products, built-in logistics and delivery. All of this is inbuilt today in Flutterwave Store, and it is 100% free, right? So you know we're Flutterwave, we're a payments company, so as you can expect, your Flutterwave Store comes with the Flutterwave Payments Guarantee, which is comprehensive and secure digital payments. So this means that your customers can pay you comfortably, and because of our reach, your customers have multiple payment methods to pay you with. So your customer wants to pay you with cards, USSD, QR, bank transfers too. And we also do, we have functions to support customer management, right? So we all know the good things about stores. Some of the interesting things that are coming really soon are shipping. So we've spoken about delivery and logistics. In about 2 weeks or so, I think, we're going to roll out shipping across our markets. And this means that today, when your customers pay you for things, you probably have delivery companies that you work with to ensure that your items get to your customers. We have partnered with some of the licensed and long-standing logistics companies in the different markets that we're going to be rolling out shipping in. So you don't have to worry about how your items are going to get to your customers, right? For now, you can create a shipping fee and you sort out your logistics as you currently do. But once we roll out shipping, you would no longer have to rely on your existing shipping partners. Of course, if you wanted to, you absolutely could. But what we're trying to do is make sure that store is as comprehensive and robust as possible. Another feedback that we got shortly after we launched was a lot of businesses wanted to know how to surface their stores to customers. We'll be speaking about what you can do right now. But another thing that we are doing on our part is we're going to announce a marketplace really soon. So again, all stores on Flutterwave would be able to be easily searched and found by users today. Right? So quickly go into the things that you need to do in setting up your store. Okay, I think I might need to minimize this. Okay, so these are the things that you need to do. Oh, okay, sorry. So these are the things you need to do to set up your store, right? The first thing you need to do is to add your products. So this is a storefront, right? So this means that your customers are going to see all the lovely descriptions that you've put about your product. I will highly suggest that we really do focus on the photos, because if you go onto your store and you click on your photo, it actually does enlarge it. So if you're using clear photos, if you're using very good and clear descriptions, you're optimizing your store, at least the products that you've listed, to be more enticing to people that do land on your page and eventually guarantee more sales, right? So now again, as shipping isn't live, you will probably have your standard shipping prices that you charge your customers based on your partnerships with your existing logistics partners. So you need to go ahead and set up shipping as well. It's super easy to do that. Once you go into your store, just click on the, I think there's a 3-button thing just beside. I will do a brief dashboard walkthrough just to highlight certain things if you don't know what to do. Then you need to set up shipping, and remember, then you need to publish your store, right? If you don't publish your store, if you do all that great work and you don't publish your store and you share your store link with your customers will see a message saying the store is offline, right? So, and it's very easy. Just click the publish store or take my store online button, and then your store is immediately live for anyone to click on and make payments through, right? Then the next thing you need to do after you've published your store, you need to let your customers know about your store. So this means I was very happy to hear a lot of people or a couple of people mentioned WhatsApp stories. It's very fantastic. So you put your store link in your WhatsApp stories, it will direct people straight to your store. You put your store link in your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook bio, it will direct users to your store. If you have more than 10,000 users on Instagram, add your store to your swipe up link so people can go directly to your store. What you're trying to do is leverage all your on-page channels to ensure you get as much visibility to your store as possible. Then for every post you do, so you're creating a behavior for your users to stop thinking about the only way to get information from you. Now I'm speaking specifically to Instagram, is if they see a post, then send you a DM. As you grow, it will be very hard to manage that. So you want to establish a behavior and kind of guide your users into adopting the new behavior that you want, which is for them to start making those payments on your Flutterwave store. So how do you do that? Every post you make, while you put your product description, your price, if that is your strategy, remember to direct people to make payments on your Flutterwave store. This way, even if they don't do it the first time, even if they don't do it the second time, if they continue to see it, they would more likely click on your bio and go and see what your Flutterwave store looks like. If they see that the process is simple, they don't need to do a back and forth, because on your end, you can actually manage your inventory. Your customers would just, if they try it once and it works, they would just do it and it works. The next thing that you need to do is you need to do paid ads. And we'll dive a lot deeper into these two further down into the session, but you absolutely need to, because think about your Flutterwave store now as a website. It's a website, so you can actually do ads to your website, right? And I would actually do a bit of a demo about how to do Facebook, right? Okay. So, we're not throwing you to the dogs. We do have a lot of support structures for you in your store's back office. So every time your customer goes to your page and attempts to make a payment, right? If for any reason they abandon the cart, transaction started and your customer just completely lost interest, we always send abandoned cart reminders to users, right? The next thing is every time a transaction happens, whether it is abandoned or successful or failed, if a customer tells you they did a transaction and it failed, you can go into your dashboard and click on that transaction specifically, and you will see everything about what the user did up until when the transaction was successful or not. Right? If a transaction failed, you will see why the transaction failed. If a transaction failed because the customer didn't complete the transaction, it will be there for you. If it failed because the customer didn't have enough money in their account, it will be there for you. On our part, we also have payment support for you as your merchant and your customers. So this is everything that we've built with our bots, with our articles, and with the chat on the dashboard and on your payment page as well. So this is on your stores page. This is just so if anyone runs into issues, they can quickly reach out to us and we'll do our best to help them resolve the issue. And for you as the business owner, every time a transaction happens, we will notify you, right? And this is based on your notification settings that you set up on your dashboard. So we're going to go into ramping up your views. Just a disclaimer, this is not a comprehensive introduction to digital marketing, right? We're not posturing to present ourselves to say we know everything about digital marketing. You're business owners. We expect you to have your own digital marketing strategy that is very channel focused. If you need some help with this, we can figure out ways to create more knowledge sharing sessions like this, but we are not posturing to tell you that this is everything you need to do. This is not everything you need to do, but we're speaking specifically to what you can do for your store's page, okay? Right. These are the stats, right? A lot of businesses, Facebook and Instagram form a key part of their digital marketing strategy for good reason. Millions of people visit these websites on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, and millions of dollars are spent in ads on these sites on a daily and monthly basis, right? And this is because we are all online, right? So thanks to COVID-19, we have all been sent online. We're all on our phones. We're using our phones for work, for play, for socializing. And we all watch ads. These companies have done such great work to make sure that the ad viewing experience is as unobtrusive as possible. So you actually do enjoy seeing some ads. Previously, a lot of companies used to leverage on influencers to do marketing. But now, because of the way these companies, speaking specifically to Facebook and Instagram, have created the ad viewing experience, it is embedded into your actual digital stroll, right? And I mean, I know there's so many times I've seen an ad and I actually liked what I saw. And if I'm not necessarily interested in buying at that point, I will follow the page. There's sometimes that I loved exactly what I saw and I went ahead and bought it, right? So people watch ads, and ads are super effective. And this is why a lot of companies are spending millions of dollars every month. Now, speaking specifically to Nigeria, right? So these are the things that you need to do. You need to keep in mind when you're setting up your ad, right? You need to know who your audience is, right? And when you're doing digital ads, you need to be fairly targeted. You can't, is in the digital ad space, you should be more targeted so you can have greater returns on your investment. You need to know what your objective is and what your goal is, right? And you need to have a budget, right? So you can optimize what you've created to fit your budget. Then you create your campaign, set it live, then you monitor and optimize. Today, I will be walking you through everything up until setting it live. If you want us to create another session on how to monitor and optimize your ads, again, this is going to be very simple because these things do need some form of know-how. Please leave a comment for us. We will pick that up at the end of this session, and we will work with probably Facebook to create a webinar like this that speaks specifically into how to optimize your ad. But today I will walk you through how to actually create your ad, and I will show you how much returns you can get on a basic, just letting Facebook do what Facebook does best. Because Facebook has been doing this for a lot of time. They've built competency for a number of years. So it's also fine to let Facebook's algorithm just let your ad run if you don't have the know-how. You probably stand a better chance when you let Facebook algorithm run than when you fiddle around without necessarily knowing what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen for a second, switch us to Facebook, and then we'll pick it up from Facebook, okay? Okay, so this is what Facebook Ads Manager looks like. It's super easy to get to your Ads Manager from Facebook. Just go into your Facebook profile, go into the left-hand menu, scroll a bit further down, and you will see Ads Manager. Once you click through, it will bring you to this page, right? If you already have an ad account. If you don't, Facebook will guide you through the process of creating an ad account, right? So my ad account is in USD because I want to be charged in USD. Brief word of or notice, the best way to run Facebook ads is through using one of Flutterwave's USD cards. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go into your dashboard, let me quickly go into my dashboard. Right, so if you go into your dashboard, you can go ahead and create a virtual dollar card from your dashboard, right? And this is super easy. You can see and you can create different currencies. So you'll be creating a virtual dollar card, right? So I have already added my virtual dollar card to my account. But if you wanted to do that, so I would just go into payment settings and I would add a new payment method, okay? So once you add your virtual dollar card and Facebook is fine with it, all your ads are just going to be running against the money you have in your card. It's very simple, it's very easy, and I don't want to bore those of us that know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, just remember, go to your Facebook page, click on Ads Manager, create a profile, create an ads account if you don't have one. If you have one, you just want to click on this business tools and click on add account settings. When you go to add account settings, it will bring you to this page, and then you'll be able to create all of that. You'll be able to add your payment method, create your currency for your profile, and all that good stuff, okay? So I'm going to go into Ads Manager right now. So I'm going to go into Ads Manager because I want to create a new campaign, a new ad that I want to run. After this, I will show you what types of information you get after you create an account. After you create an ad. So I want to create a new ad. I'm just going to click on create. And then if we remember what we said, we needed to know what our objective for our campaign is, right? So the objective of the campaign is I want to get as many people to click on my link and hit my Flutterwave store. So I'm going to go with traffic. That is my objective, right? So I'm going to call this Dami's test ad, right? Now, I need to know what my budget is. So Facebook is fantastic. Facebook lets you choose if you want a daily budget or a lifetime budget. I want a daily budget. I want a daily budget of about $20, right? And here you get to decide what strategy should Facebook use to spend your ad budget, right? I want Facebook right now to help me get as many people at the lowest cost. So I'm going to leave it at lowest cost. But if I didn't want that, I could go ahead and edit that from there, right? So I'm just going to go straight into continue. Now here I am. So this is the name of my ad. This is what I'm going to see every time I'm looking through my reports. So I'm going to call this again, Dami's test ad, right? Again, I'm driving people to my website. So I'm leaving it at website. Then I am now creating my audience. Remember what I said about creating my audience? You need to know exactly the people that you want to see your ad. Facebook is fantastic. You can go all the way down to having it down to a city. So I previously created an audience, but it's very simple. You go here, you enter exactly. So I can go here and enter Lagos, for example, and I say I want Lagos, the city, okay? And then I can be as specific or as exclusionary as I want. But because I already have a saved audience, I'm just going to go into my saved audience. And okay, actually, you know what? Let me go back. So I want you to see something. Here, I haven't selected anyone yet, right? Pay attention to this. This is my audience size. My audience size right now is fairly broad. This is how much Facebook, based on my ad budget that I set, Facebook expects me to get, so probably 21,000 people would see my ad if I were to run through with this. And only 84 people that see that ad would probably click. This is because my audience size is too broad, right? Now let's go back into my previous audience that I selected. Immediately, you see my audience size reduces, but then the return on my investment significantly improves. Targeting is very important in the digital space. You need to know who your audience is and focus on that, because remember, there are millions of these people already. So if you get just a chunk of that millions, you are good and ready to go. It's very important to be as targeted as possible so you get as much returns on your investment, okay? So again, what I want is for people to click on my link. So I'm going to leave it at link clicks, and we're going to go. So now I'm actually going to create my ad itself, right? Facebook is very specific about the types of images or creatives, as the digital marketers would say, that they want to be on their display network, right? So I've been calling this Dami ads for cakes, right? So I'm going to choose, when my ad goes live, right? I can choose if I want the ad to be sending or to be seen as coming from my Facebook page or my Instagram page. For the purpose of this demo, I haven't added my Instagram account, so I could go ahead, again, if you're like me and you haven't added an Instagram account, you can go ahead and add your Instagram account. And this means that regardless, if people click on the profile that is sending that ad, it would direct people to my Instagram page. Again, if you have a very robust Instagram page, I will recommend this. If you have a robust Facebook page, I will recommend it goes to your Facebook page. Whichever has the most information about your business is what should be sending the ad, right? So for the purpose of this, it's going to go from my Facebook page. And now I'm actually just going to go ahead and add my images that people are actually going to see on my ad. So I deliberately did this so you guys can see that I added a couple of photos. Facebook rejected them immediately because they did not meet Facebook's criteria, right? Just remember that Facebook wants you, and Facebook is very clear. I'm going to show you just once I'm done with this. Facebook tells you exactly what it wants, right? Your photo should be square. It should be in landscape mode. Your photo should be high res. And so minimum 600 by 600,
Hey,
ideally
sorry.
ratio. Can you
Sorry.
hear me?
A few people are saying that they can't hear you. I can hear you
Oh,
quite
wow.
clearly. So if you can't hear Dami, can you just indicate, or if you can't hear, because I can hear quite clearly. I'm just trying to figure out if it's maybe an internet issue or something.
I'm also going to speak a bit louder so you guys can hear me. Okay?
So a few people have said they can hear you. So it might be an internet issue. Someone has suggested that you leave and join again. That can also help. Okay, thank you. All right, Dami, continue.
Awesome. So I have added my two photos for my ads. So these are the photos that people are going to see, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is now actually like fill up the details for my ad. So my ad is saying D and Co Cakes. That is the name of my business. And immediately you see that it's up there, right? So what do I want people to see? Best cakes in Lagos, or your money back. That's exactly what I'm telling people, right? And you can see where that goes, right? And the description, your Saturday needs coffee and cake. That's what I want people to see. Okay. Right. So this is, I'm in mobile here. Let me go into Facebook. By the way, yeah, so you can actually view what this ad would look like across every single Facebook viewport. So this is all the way to understanding what it would look like in Instagram feed as an ad. Here is what my ad will look like in Instagram feed as an ad. Here is what my ad would look like in Instagram stories as an ad, right? So I'm now going to put the link to my Flutterwave store. Let's go back into my Flutterwave store and get my link. So my Flutterwave store, I need to take my store online. Now you can see my store is online, and this is my Flutterwave store link. So we go back into Facebook. Oops. Let's go back into Facebook and drop my store link so that everyone that sees my store, everyone that sees my ad, by the way, would immediately get to my link. So now what is my call to action? Here it's learn more, because I sell cakes. I don't want people to learn more. I want them to shop now, right? So immediately that changes. And again, this is exactly what it's going to look like across all the different Facebook viewports. So you can go crazy just playing around with this, understanding what people see, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so and now I'm just going to create my ad. And my ad is created. Okay, there's my ad. So it's going to be in draft or in review for a while. And if you check back in about 5-10 minutes, immediately, Facebook would notify me. So it's in review, and then it would be scheduled, and then my ad will go live. Okay. So we've created an ad in less than 10 minutes. Okay. So just to make you understand the kind of information you actually get after you create an ad, I created this ad a little while ago. And Facebook now tells me everything. How many people did my ad reach? How much did I spend? What was the cost per click? So I spent $2.47. My ad got to 9,166 people, and 149 people of those people actually clicked on my ad. Now, if my page had been set up properly, meaning I have great photos, I was very specific about what my product is, all of that good stuff, I could guarantee that anyone that actually did click through from my ad would have hit my page, loved it, and would have made a purchase. Now, because oftentimes you don't find a lot of people who see an ad and make a purchase immediately, which is why you want people to be able to follow your page, right? And you still want people to go back and make the purchase on your page. On your Flutterwave store. So you're going to put the link in every product shot. You're going to remind people to buy on your Flutterwave page. Okay, so let me stop my share and then go back into our presentation. Okay, so how is that? Going to pause here for if anyone has any questions. Wendy, if you'd be very kind, just kind of help me again. Just 2 minutes though, because we do have a Q&A session.
Yeah, I'm afraid we have quite a few questions already. We have 15 questions. I think that we can address one question. Someone asked, how much is this? He wants to be able to sell his coffee, his Kenyan coffee. Oh yeah, how much does this cost? I would like to sell my Kenyan coffee in the international market. So I think you can answer that.
It costs $0. It's free today. Sign up on Flutterwave, go and create a store. It costs you $0. Yeah, it's 100% free today. Everything I've just spoken to you outside the Facebook ads payment is 100% free today. So as we go into the Q&A session, I just want us to remember this. Your dashboard is your friend. Every bit of information that you're looking for most probably already exists on your dashboard. And this is everything from understanding what has happened on a transaction to gaining insights and support. So you want to know what time your customers pay you the most on your Flutterwave store. Where do most of your customers come through? All this information is on your Flutterwave dashboard today. A customer has made a payment and for some reason you need to do a refund. You can do that 100% from your Flutterwave store. For some reason, someone has raised the chargeback and you need to prove that you actually gave value. Do that on your Flutterwave dashboard. There's a customer who has used your platform, you're no longer comfortable with receiving payments from that person and you want to block them from being able to pay you, you can do that on your Flutterwave dashboard. You want to download the details of everyone that has paid you so you can go back and send them, thank you so much for paying on my store messages. You can download that from your Flutterwave dashboard. Right? You can remember that you can always tell people, you need to tell people about your store. There's so many paid and unpaid ways. We've gone through one of those ways today. Instagram is another way. It's fairly similar to what we've just gone through on Facebook. But at the end of this, I'm actually going to give you a resource about everything you need to know about Instagram ads. To guarantee sales, especially when you're trying to break out of your immediate audience, paid ads are the simplest way to go. You will need to play around understanding how much budget, understanding a little bit more about targeting, knowing who your customers are. There's stuff about behavioral characteristics that Facebook also lets you play around with. So even if they're not necessarily in your audience, but they, based on their likes, based on the things that they've posted about, based on who they are that Facebook knows, they're more likely to purchase what you're selling. Facebook can also help you be that targeted. I can't overstress how important targeting is in the digital ad space. Like I said, here are some resources. At the end of this session, we will share this with you so you can go back and read everything about Instagram ads and how to set up an Instagram ad. There's also reading material about why you should, if you're considering Facebook ads, why you should do them now. And it's primarily because a lot of people are not paying for ads. So it's generally cheaper to purchase ads. And because it's cheaper, you get to reach more people with your existing budget. Okay. So that is the end of my session. And I guess maybe we can then go into the Q&A session for a while before Zainab goes. Or Wendy, how should we do this?
We're going to go straight into Zainab's session actually. And
Zainab session.
Yeah.
Okay.
For everyone that has been asking, this is going to be shared via email. We are recording this. The recording will also be shared via email. Dami's links and resources will be shared via email as well. Okay, Zainab, we're ready for you.
Okay, hi everyone. Thanks, Dami. That was very insightful. I really don't have so much to talk about because Dami has already literally said it all. I'll just talk about the other initiatives that Flutterwave has got for SMEs, business owners, just so that you can take advantage of it. One of them is the partnership we have with Google. Right, it's all about visibility now. Just like Dami has said, everyone is online, so you have to be sure that you have business visibility online. So apart from Facebook and Instagram ads, we've partnered with Google to list businesses on Google My Business for free. What does Google My Business mean really? If you go to Google to do a search, for example, and you type in cake stores within Lekki, right? Now, Dami talked about a cake store, D&Co Cakes. If D&Co Cakes is listed on Google My Business, and I just go, I don't know anything about cakes in Lekki, I just want to do a search. So I go to Google and I type in cakes in Lekki. If Dami's store is listed on Google My Business, then her store details will be displayed, right? So that's just showing visibility of your business. So I can now go further to engage her store, click on it. You know, there's a call button. I can just click on that button and call her directly if I'm using my mobile phone. I get details on her opening hours, closing hours, what her business is all about. And you can even put in your Flutterwave store link there as well. So if I want to just go ahead and buy without maybe calling or anything, I can just go there, click on the Flutterwave store link and just go ahead and make my purchase. So that's that partnership that we have with Google, and we are offering it to all our business owners for free. So all you need to do to take advantage of that is be an active Flutterwave account holder, a verified Flutterwave account holder, and then you're able to get your business listed on Google My Business for free. After this webinar, I think maybe before close of business tomorrow, we'll share an email that contains a link that allows you, click on that link to opt in for listing on Google My Business. So once you do that, you get a call from a Google representative that's going to help you go ahead and list your business. So that's an initiative that we've put together for our SMEs within this period, just to ensure there's business visibility, and also to ensure that people know about your business, people are able to buy from you, people see what you're selling, and they're able to purchase directly. So that's one of them. Another one is, just like this Grow My Business webinar. This was a very insightful session today. What we do is we get industry experts from different fields, within Nigeria, outside of Nigeria. We'll put them together every Monday by 10 a.m. If the time is going to change, we would communicate ahead of time. So that's what we've done as well. This Grow My Business webinar holds every Monday morning by 10 a.m. So if you have other business owners, friends, colleagues that have businesses and they're thinking about how to scale their business, especially during this period where there's a lot of, uncertainty, people still, even though there's an easing of the lockdown, people would rather still do their shopping from, their house. They don't want to go outside and, risk, getting the virus and all of that. So even though there's an easing of the lockdown, most people would still rather just, remain in the safety of their homes and offices. So what does that mean for business owners? It means you need to have the right tools, you need to have the right information, the right access to ensure that your business is able to scale this period. So that's why we've put together the Grow My Business webinar. Get industry experts from different fields, different markets to come talk to business owners about the kind of things you need to do, the information you need to have, and it's all free. So so just let your fellow business owners, friends, family know about the webinar and have them sign up for the next one. And I think that's it basically. Dami has talked in detail about the Flutterwave Store, right? The Flutterwave Store is also another initiative that we've put together, especially around this period, to help business owners have access to sell their products online. So even though your physical store has had to be shut down, or you don't have so many people coming into your physical store anymore, because of all the restrictions that we have going on, with the Flutterwave Store, you're still able to sell. And the beauty is, it's not selling just to customers within Nigeria, you're selling to customers all around the world, because it's on the internet, so everyone has got access to it. Yes, so I think that's it. Those are the three major things that we are working on. Of course, we have some other initiatives, which Dami mentioned earlier. The marketplace and all of that is coming up pretty soon. Well, as soon as it goes live, we'll definitely create the right awareness around it. So that's it. I don't think we need to do a demo to show how to sign up, because most of us are already on the Flutterwave store, I believe. So
Yeah.
I guess we could take more questions.
Somebody did ask how to sign up on Flutterwave store.
Okay, do we play the short video? What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can play the video.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Right. We'll just go ahead and play the short video to show you how to set up your Flutterwave store. It takes less than 5 minutes, and you're good to go. Right. Okay.
And I'm a product designer at Flutterwave. I want to walk you through what we've been building for the past couple of days. Welcome to my dashboard. I'm going to walk us through two processes. The first process is how to set up your store and add products to the store. The second process will be how your customers will pay you and use your store. So I'm going to click on the store. By default, you have no products or store. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my own store now. My business name is my store name by default. I'm going to go and change mine to something else. I'm going to go with drinks and let's see, fun. You'll notice that I updated my store URL to reflect my store name. I am going to leave my store offline because I want to add products to my store before I take it live. I have successfully created my store. I now have my store name and my store URL. My URL is what I'm going to share with my customers for them to be able to make payments. You can only have one store on your Flutterwave account. I'm going to go ahead and add just one product. It's good to know that you can have more than one product. I'm going to go ahead and call this Tiger Nut Milk. Tiger Nut Milk goes for about 1,000 Naira right now. Milk that's made from Tiger Nut. I'm just going to go with 0.38 and I have 10 items in stock. Next step is to take my store online. Now my store is online. I am going to proceed to the customer page, which is basically your storefront. As you can see here, Drinks and Fun is the name of my store. Flutterwave Store Demo is the name of my account. We have here the description of my store. As you can see, Tiger Nut Milk, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 bottles of Tiger Nut Milk. Click on Pay. I'm going to go ahead and refill this. Now we have a lot of payment options. You can give your customers a lot of payment options.
Okay, so that's a very short video showing us how to set up our Flutterwave store. You can see you can do it in less than 5 minutes for those that don't already have a Flutterwave store. And if you do have a store, then Dami has run us through all you need to do to maximize sales on your Flutterwave store. So it's just easy, it's seamless, you know. Yes, you sell on Instagram, but how convenient is it really to have customers call you for every single purchase? You know, they engage you, ask a lot of questions, even though all the information is right there in the caption. And then after, you know, maybe 5-10 minutes of your time, you hear, I'll get back to you. But if you have a Flutterwave store link on your bio, you just direct them and say, go ahead to the link, click, and then shop, and you get your order, you know, in 48 hours. So yes, that's it from me. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll take questions now.
Okay, hi, thanks, Zainab. Thank you, Dami, as well. So we're going to go into the Q&A session, and we will try to keep this to 20 minutes, fingers crossed. Okay, first question. Dami, would you be able to show your screen or your dashboard? We have, I think, 3 people asking, how can I publish my store online? Someone said his store has been offline since Friday. What can be done to get it back online? Someone said, how do I publish my store online? Another person said, how do I publish my store online? It's actually really simple. Dami, do you want to share your screen of your dashboard?
Okay. Yes, I can. What would you like me to share?
To show how to take your store online and offline.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hold on, please.
Okay, so we're going to show a demo of how to take your store offline, online, offline, online, and yeah. So we already showed. I have a question here. Someone saying they don't know how to create a virtual dollar card, but Dami has shown that. But Dami will show that again. So Dami, please show how to. Yeah. So on your dashboard, as you can see, you just click on store.
Let's start. This is my Flutterwave dashboard, right? So I go. So this is what most of you would likely see, your overview page. So if you wanted to create a card, a virtual dollar card, you can go into cards here, and create. Just go ahead and create card. Then you specify the currency, name the card, test card. So it says minimum to create a card is $5, so I can put $20 on my card. Then I specify where I wanted the money to come from. I would choose my Naira balance because that's where I have money in. It's a general card, so I'll just go ahead and create card, and immediately the card will be created. I don't want to create a card right now, so I'm not going to go through that process. But it's super simple. It's very easy, right? So now let's go into store. For everyone that is asking questions about store, I'd actually do a little bit of a demo about the entire store experience. So like you saw in the video, if you don't have a store, your page would not look like this. The only thing you would see is create a store, right? If you have created a store, but your store was online, like you can see, D&Co is online. If I click on this link here, we can see that my store is online today, right? Because I don't want people to make payments to me, I'm going to take my store offline, and immediately you can tell that my store is offline because it says offline. If I go back to my store and refresh, immediately it will tell me that this store is currently offline, as you can see, right? So that's an easy way to know if your store is online or if your store is offline, right? To add a product, just go in there, name what your product is, say how much your product is worth, know your product description, enter the image of your photo. Because this is online and logistics works with weight, it is very important for you to know the weight of your item. So this is something that I would highly suggest that we kind of incorporate into our processes today, so that it just makes the entire shipping process a lot easier, right? Then you specify how many of your products you have in stock. This is for your inventory management. And then you just go ahead and add your products, right? So these are the products that I've added to my store. We can see the number of products sold and the actual amount in the inventory. If I wanted to know who actually made a purchase on this, I can click on the product itself and see how much the person, so who paid me and when did they pay. To get the full details, if for example, this information was supposed to be, this product was supposed to be shipped, I will get, because I specified that the customer should provide all their shipping details. So I will go into transactions. This is the transaction from that person. So now I can see everything. I can see the payment reference. I can see the fee that was charged. I can see that this person paid for the compass, so we're sure we're in the right transaction, and this is all the information that the person provided at the point of payment. So this is the person's delivery address, that's the phone number, everything. Remember I spoke to you guys about the fact that your dashboard has everything about a payment and what the user did. So here we see the transaction insights. We can see that this person spent 2 minutes 46 seconds in making this payment, and everything all the way to transaction completed. If the transaction failed, I would have seen the transaction failed here. If I wanted to refund the customer, all I need to do is click on refund, right? So it's super easy to use your Flutterwave dashboard. Let's go back into store and help people understand how to set up shipping. So you go into your Flutterwave store, click on more actions, and you click on shipping. Now I can add as many different fees as I want. So I previously set up these 3 fees. So this is how much I'm charging my customers to pay me, to ship to Lagos Island. I'm charging my customers 1,000 naira to ship their items to Lagos mainland, and the rest of Nigeria, I'm charging them 2,500. If for some reason I get a better deal with my logistics company today, and my logistics company is actually able to do deliveries for me to Lagos Island at 800, I just go ahead and save that, and immediately you see that, right? Now to see what that actually means and how that works, so let's go back into my store. Let's take my store online. So let's refresh this and say I want to buy the compass because I really like the compass. So remember what I said about your storefront is very important for you to have detailed description, and your product images should be great, because this is what your customers can do, right? So your customers can click on that tiny image and it becomes enlarged. If this photo was pixelated, it wasn't necessarily eye-catching or captivating, people, there's nothing that's encouraging me to buy. I love this photo of this compass. It just cost me 100 naira. I'm going to go ahead and pay, right? So this is me trying to do a payment. I just want to show you guys right, so this is shipping here, right? So we can see that this is the amount that I set for my shipping. So it's going to, I'm going to charge my customer 800 naira plus value of the item. I'm going to ignore this just for the purpose of this. The person is delivering the item to me in Nigeria. So we're doing that. It's here to Lekki, Lagos, and pay, right? Now, if for any reason I go ahead and just cancel this transaction, no harm, no foul, right? If I'm the owner, I'm the business owner, I can go back into my dashboard, go into my transactions, and let's refresh that. I think I filtered that by successful transactions, but I'll be able to see all my abandoned and successful transactions. So the entire store experience is super easy. My internet is choosing not to respond anymore. But the entire store experience is super easy. Everything is very simple to use. If you have any questions, there's a yellow bubble in the right corner of the dashboard, and that way you can send a message to the customer experience team. But we also have articles that have been written. So we've written hundreds of articles about multiple types of issues that people can be having. And so if you just go to support.flutterwave.com and type in whatever your question is, there's a strong possibility that we might have written an article about it. Okay. I don't know if people had any other questions.
Yeah, we have
and things
quite
like
a
that.
few. I've been trying to answer as much as possible, but okay. So someone said I successfully added a product to my store yesterday, but I discovered that I can only add one picture per product. I run a fashion business and I'd like to request that we can add more pictures so that the customer can see all the details and that the outfit entails. This is a really great question, Belumi. We have identified that many fashion businesses and other businesses need multiple images. So it will be available in within the next few weeks. It will be available, multiple images will be available because we've gotten this feedback. So obviously we are always trying to improve Flutterwave Store based on your feedback, and your feedback has been very, very valuable to us. So we are definitely going to make this available. We've identified that especially fashion, people in the fashion world need to be able to see multiple images, also groceries and all the other people. So this is going to be done. So
I see a question from Azizat. If Flutterwave storefronts can sell goods other than FMCGs. So think about this. If so either physical goods or digital goods, as long as customers need to pay for it, you can use Flutterwave Store for it, right? If you're selling alternative power solutions, do people need to pay for it? Fantastic. Then you can list it on Flutterwave Store. Don't be limited to a particular use case, but think about it more as a way to list a product. If you're selling courses online, like think about what people are doing right now. COVID has sent everyone online, but people are still shopping for clothes. People are still taking courses online. People are still buying things for their homes. And where are they doing all these purchases? They're doing all these purchases online. If they're doing them online, you can list your product online. So there is very little barrier to what you can list on Flutterwave Store, as long as it's a legal product, of course.
okay, next question by Joe. If a customer pays me, where does the money hit? Is it my bank account or Flutterwave dashboard?
So when a customer pays you, your money hits your Flutterwave account first. And then there's a process called settlement, which means we collect all the amount that came through in a period, and then we move the money based on your specifications to your bank account, or we leave the money in your Flutterwave account. All of these things are very easy to set up in your settings section of your Flutterwave dashboard.
Next question. Concerning delivery, can I introduce a delivery company I already work with for my shipping?
At the moment, no. Today, you can still continue to use your existing delivery partners. Again, when we do roll out delivery, it will be in an opt-in basis. So for people that, excuse me, for businesses that would prefer to use the Flutterwave delivery partners, then you'll be able to use the Flutterwave delivery partners. Today, if you're already using a delivery partner, we are not stopping you from doing that. If I run through that process, you would see that while the customer does pay the 900, excuse me, please. Excuse me. So while the customer will pay the 900, you would actually just see 100 Naira recorded as the cost of the item. And then the extra 800, while it still comes to you, the expectation is that you will then remit those funds to your existing delivery partner. So
Yes,
we acknowledge the fact that a lot of people...
You can set up your delivery cost or your shipping cost as well on your Flutterwave Store dashboard. Okay, I believe that we've also answered Adrian Sola's question. You said, how do we handle the logistics shipping my products on the store? So when we go live with our delivery partners, that will automatically be available. But if not, you can set up your own shipping on store. I'm guessing a few questions on how do you get verified? How does your business get verified? I'm not sure if this is Flutterwave or if this is Google, because this was when Zainab was going through her session. But we are sending the link for you to opt in to get verified on Google My Business. But Dami will talk about getting verified on Flutterwave.
Yeah, so to get verified on Flutterwave, there's a couple of documents that would have been requested from you. If you have missed that email, you can send an email to hi@flutterwavego.com, and we will help you with documents that are outstanding for your account to be verified. Once we get those documents, there's a bit of a turnaround time, but once we verify that the information you provided is accurate and meets the expectation of your business, then your account will be verified. But you can actually start receiving payments once you set up your Flutterwave account. You don't need to wait to be verified to start receiving payments. Verification just stops settlement, which means money actually moving from Flutterwave to your bank account. So while we know that verification process there is a bit of a turnaround time to verification, we also don't want businesses to stop receiving payments. So once you set up your account today, you can start receiving payments today. I see a question around bank charges. There is no bank charge associated with the card, no.
Okay, so there's also a question, and I think we should run through pricing really quickly. I'm just trying to see how we're doing for time. Okay, we are 20 minutes into the session, but it's fine. Question on, I thought I saw a question on the cost and the pricing. So like Dami said, we don't charge you to have a Flutterwave Store account. If you create a Flutterwave Store account and you don't ever transact, there's no charge coming from Flutterwave, right? The way we charge is per transaction. We charge you a transaction charge depending on your location. And so that means that basically if you do if you're in Nigeria, for example, and you are a Nigerian merchant and you make a sale on your Flutterwave store, we will only charge a transaction charge, which is a percentage, or it's capped at a certain amount. So in Nigeria, it is 1.4%, capped at 2,000. We will not charge more than 2,000 Naira for your transaction. Settlement timeline. Someone is asking, how long does it take for transactions to settle on Flutterwave? Zainab or Dami, would you like to answer this question?
Yeah, I can actually take it. So if it's a local transaction, settlement is the next day, which is what we call T+1. So if the transaction happened today, it takes one more day. So the transaction will hit your account, or at least be available for settlement by the next day. If it's an international transaction, those timelines tend to vary, but international transaction takes a minimum of 5 days to get to your account. But again, if you set up your Flutterwave profile for settlement to always come to your Flutterwave account, I just need to stress that if your settlement hits your Flutterwave account and you're set up for account settlement, you will need to go and do that transfer to your bank account. So if you're not sure, just go into your settings and understand what you have selected. So you are not expecting money in your bank account. Meanwhile, you have previously selected that your settlement should only be hitting your Flutterwave account, right? So local transactions, T+1, international transactions, T+5. Minimum. I see a question around someone saying they posted a book, but only one is showing. Sometimes when you create a product, you might have unticked to show the product on my store. So go back into that product and check if that product is actually selected to be listed on your store. If you're still having issues, go ahead and send us an email at hi@flutterwavego.com, and someone will look into your account for you. Amaka asked a question around if you wanted your customer to bear your charges, go into your profile, click on settings, and you'll be able to select if you want to bear the fee or you wanted your customers to bear the fee.
Just to clarify, sorry. Oh, sorry, Dami, continue when you're done.
No, I was going to go into a next question, so I think it's fine.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually looking at the Q&A section. So we've been answering the questions on the Q&A section. If you have a question, please make sure that it's in the Q&A section so that we can answer that question as well. You can ask, we have our colleagues in the chat box responding to your questions, but if you want us to answer, you can also do the Q&A section. Okay, next question would be, someone is asking, Sershan is asking, hi, I've asked this question now twice directly to your Flutterwave team, but I've never gotten a clear answer. If I have an online shopping website, drop shipping, I don't keep inventory, and I don't handle the delivery, would I still be able to create a Flutterwave store and link my website to the store? Is there a plugin available for this? The function of Flutterwave Store is actually to serve as an e-commerce platform, right? If you already have an e-commerce platform available and working, you just need to integrate our payment gateway on your e-commerce platform. That means that you don't necessarily need a Flutterwave store. What you need is an e-commerce platform that you can integrate payments into. What that means is that you will now be able to receive payments via Flutterwave, and I mean, you already have your process for deliveries. Since it's drop shipping, you're not fulfilling the deliveries and you don't have physical products. But there is currently no plugin to kind of integrate Flutterwave Store to your website. What we can do is you can integrate our payment gateway. I believe I answered this question before via email, but that's the response. Next question is, I successfully added a product to my store yesterday, but I discovered I can only add one picture. I believe that we have answered this question. Yes, we have. Yeah, Dami, you answered the question about FMCG already. So for everyone that is not receiving a code, sometimes that means that maybe if you're in Nigeria, maybe your number is not matching up to the number on the BVN platform or something. So you can email us hi@flutterwavego.com, and we'll be able to address it. We usually need a little bit more information, and obviously that information cannot be shared on a public platform. So if you can email us hi@flutterwavego.com, then we'll be able to answer your questions. Someone says, I sell fresh farm produce and groceries. Can I list all my products? Of course, definitely. We have a few people that actually sell groceries that use Flutterwave right now. We have Collar's Egg Factory. They sell eggs. And we have quite a lot actually. So yeah, it's very favored to grocery products actually. Someone is asking, do we have a consultant who can help set up Facebook ads, Google ads? That is, we can send the resources, and we will be sending the resources and the recording of this via email. So everyone that has signed up for this webinar. But in terms of helping you set up, we hope that those resources will be useful to you. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Okay.
So I see a lot of questions around fees and are like how much Flutterwave charges for a transaction. So if you go into the Flutterwave website and click on fees, everything is broken down into every payment channel and every market, right? Just because we have a lot more, we have non-Nigerians on this call, so I don't want to give a blanket response. So I'll suggest that after this, maybe we can go into the Flutterwave website and look out for the fees page, right? But just to be clear, for the people in Nigeria, when we say 1.4%, it means that we would, the percentage cost to Flutterwave for processing that transaction is 1.4% of the value of the transaction. However, it is capped at 2,000 Naira. So if your customer, and I like, there was someone that joined earlier that does the personal shopping, majority of your clients, you'll probably be doing high value transactions. It means that the maximum amount of money that Flutterwave will charge for each transaction is 2,000 Naira. Now you can choose if you want to be charged that fee, or if you want your customers to pay that, and to do that, you go into your settings on your Flutterwave dashboard, right? Remember to understand how much we charge for every payment method for every market. Please go on the fees page on the Flutterwave website. And then again, to understand what we mean by a cap, it means that we might charge that percentage, but if there's a cap, it means that the maximum amount that we will ever charge for transactions through that payment type or in that market for that type of transaction is the amount we've quoted as the cap. So yeah.
Okay. Someone is asking, is the store SEO friendly? So right now, I would say that we are working on it. It's definitely something that is it's in the priority list of our customers, and so now it's in our priority list. But you can't find your store if you search online. You just need to search your business name and Flutterwave Store. But we have not made any special SEO integrations as at this moment. But we are working on it because it's something that is a priority to our customers. I'm trying to see if we have any other pressing questions. If you don't receive the recording, if by maybe Wednesday you don't receive the recording for our webinar, please send us an email, hi@flutterwave.go. We will make sure that you receive the next one, and we will email you the link as well. That's really important because sometimes maybe your email goes into spam or you don't receive it or something. Please make sure that you kind of just call us out on it. I didn't receive the email, that whole thing. Okay. Can my store accept payments from international customers? Yes, the answer is always yes. You can receive payments from international customers via Flutterwave. Yeah, someone says, Flutterwave Store is available globally. Anywhere that you can use Flutterwave, you can use Flutterwave Store. So I'm going to use that to answer this question. I run a book publishing company based in Ibadan. I'd like to know if it's possible for me to dispatch orders from my Flutterwave Store in Ibadan. Yes, you can. I'd also like to know if it's possible to link my Flutterwave Store to an existing website. No, the Flutterwave Store is an e-commerce platform. You wouldn't be able to link it to your existing website. If you're looking for a payment gateway on your existing website, you can integrate Flutterwave's payment gateway. But Flutterwave Store in itself is an e-commerce website. So we've not made it possible for you to link it to your existing website at the moment. Recordings of all the previous webinars are available on our YouTube, and also we send them via email, but you can just search Flutterwave YouTube on YouTube. All our previous recordings are there. We make sure that we upload that every single week. Okay. I think that we should, we are 20 minutes over time. So I think that we should now kind of round up. Any questions that we have not been able to answer, we will be able to answer if you email us hi@flutterwavego.com. Dami, do you want to speak more to the support that we have available? Because
absolutely, yes. Yeah. So people have a lot of questions, and this is super exciting. So if you have questions, I will say first thing you can do is search support.flutterwave.com, because we write hundreds of articles about different questions that people have. So that will be the first place that you can go. The next place that you can go, you can send us a DM on our social media channels, or you can send a chat to us from the website, from the mobile app, from the dashboard, right? Again, the first place that I would suggest is to go first to support.flutterwave.com, just because that is where we have a whole lot of information. And if you are not able to get the information you're looking for, or you need additional information, then send us an email at hi@flutterwavego.com. That is hi@flutterwavego.com. And we will pick it up and respond to you, or you can send us a chat at on the website or on the dashboard or the mobile app, right? All the questions that are very use case specific, so it's not necessarily a general question like pricing, but something particular to your scenario would be better handled through those channels. And because like Wendy said, we have gone a little over the time.
I think we can answer one more question.
Yes.
Yeah. So someone is asking, kindly shed more light on the Flutterwave payment system. Can I, for example, pay my suppliers and manufacturers in China by TC credit card E2C using Flutterwave payment system in USD and be charged in my Flutterwave Naira account?
I think, Joseph, you might need to, can you send us a very detailed email so we understand what you're trying to say? Because there's a lot of things that it seems you're trying to do at the same time. But just to be clear, Flutterwave allows you to collect payments from your customers and to send payments to your customers. If you're trying to do vendor payments, we do support those types of use cases, but they're very use case specific, right? And I know Zainab can speak on this a little further if you would like, but it would really help to understand what your vendor use case scenario is. So send us an email at hi@flutterwavego.com, Joseph, and we'll be able to help you with a lot more information. Daniel, I see a question. You're a serial entrepreneur. You want to use Flutterwave to get clients. I'm going to imagine that maybe you're listing your product or your services on Flutterwave Store, and then you're directing your customers to pay for those services. And again, remember that
the advertising and stuff, utilizing the advertising that
exactly. So you want to list what services or products you offer, and then do everything that you can to get as many people through the door, so as many eyes on your Flutterwave store as possible.
Okay, so I think we have officially come to the end of our session today. Thank you so much for everyone for being very engaged and asking your questions. I mean, we try to answer to the best of our ability. Someone is asking, can you split payments between my partners and your partners and you? Yes, absolutely, you can. You can email us, or you can go to support.flutterwave.com and just search split payments, and all the information that you need is available there. But yes, splitting payments is doable. Oh, Damisi,
I want to answer one more question. So Tokumbo asked a question, how Flutterwave is better than other payment gateways in Nigeria today. Just to kind of help people understand, when you take a ride on Uber today, that is Flutterwave, right? We've been in existence for a couple of years, and we've built immense competency in understanding how to handle volume of transactions at a very high success rate, right? And then what we are now doing is looking at the other end of the market, which is the SMEs who are actually driving commerce in Nigeria, well, around the world. And we're now building a robust solution to speak to the entire SME payment scenario, which is Flutterwave Store and the payment gateway that my colleague Zainab mentioned as well. Why Flutterwave is better is just because of the experience that we have. If the Ubers in Nigeria are using us today, if the ARICs, if the airlines, if the hotels, if the government agencies are exactly Netflix today is using Flutterwave. If the government agencies in different markets are able to trust Flutterwave with their payments, and not only trust, but guarantee that their payments are going to happen primarily because they're using Flutterwave, there's something to be said about the robustness of our solution. There's something to be said about the reliability of the service. There's something to be said about the entire product itself. We walked you through the dashboard. You can see how incredibly deep and while robust it is, it's super simple to use as well. Yeah, thank you for that question. I don't know if that answers, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. We will be sending this by email, the recording. And if you don't receive it, send us a DM on social media. We are at the Flutterwave, or send us an email, hi@flutterwavego.com. Just, you can even send hi@flutterwave.com. We will receive that email. So also for support, you can go to support.flutterwave.com. But all this information will be sent to you via email. If you do not receive the email, please let us know. Don't let us know the week after. Let us know by like Wednesday if you haven't received it. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Dami, for this session. Thank you, Zainab. See you guys next week for our next webinar. I hope this was very helpful to you guys. But if you have any additional questions, we can always answer via email. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave the webinar running for maybe about another 3 minutes so you can get all the links, and then I will end it. Thank you so much, everyone.